A difficult economic year has ended with some rare good news. Inflation is falling, even if prices are not. This is consumer price inflation since 2019, when it was down around the Bank of England's 2% target. But since the war in Ukraine, it looks more like a mountain stage in the Tour de France, climbing up above 11% at its peak before descending fast and accelerating in the last couple of months, faster than expected drop in November, down to 3.9%. That's still double the bank's target, but good news nonetheless. Now, we can see how that inflation breaks down by each sector of the economy here. The red bars are October's numbers, blue is November's new numbers. Now, you can see alcohol and tobacco and food and drink have both fallen by around the inflation rate, by around 1%. The food inflation, your Christmas dinner, still costing you 9% more. Restaurant inflation was static, but clothing and footwear and recreation and culture inflation, they're falling too. The really interesting ones are the bottom two here. Transport and housing and household services, they're both seeing actual deflation, falling prices. Transport is fuel costs and energy costs are in here. They're falling fastest of all. Now, we know that just because inflation is falling, it doesn't mean prices are falling too, just that they're rising less fast. And some inflation, some costs in the economy are still going up, including private rental prices. The red line here is London prices, the blue, the rest of the UK. You can see both of them are above 6% and still climbing. Now, more than a third of households in Britain rent their home, so these are crippling costs still for many. The question now is whether the Bank of England will cut interest rates faster than we thought. The governor said it's too soon to even talk about it, but the markets disagree. They think the first cut to rates, shown in this chart, will come in the spring. Previously, they were saying the summer, and cuts could continue by the year end below 4%. Now, all of that would be good news for consumers and the Prime Minister, who's desperate to change the political weather, but everything is relative. Compared to September 2021, food prices today are still almost a third higher, and energy bills have gone up 2/3. That's why, for many, cost of living squeeze is far from over.